How to make $10,000 an hour speaking, sharing your story. I know that sounds bogus to a lot of people, but I've been doing that kind of work for over a decade and a half, going on 17 years now. It's totally possible for you if you want to share your story, make a difference in the world, and also make money doing it, all right? So, by the way, if that sounds too crazy, like, man, I can't start, there's no way someone's going to pay me 10 grand to share my story. Well, would they pay you 500? Yes, they would. And there's different ways to make $500. In fact, I'm going to show you real quick. If you don't have it already, go to useyourstory.com right now and download the free Share Your Story Roadmap. I'm going to show you in that free one-page PDF, Share Your Story Roadmap, how to make your first $500 speaking. All right, so there's a short video, about 12, 14 minutes long. It accompanies it, breaks it down super easy on how you can make your first $500 speaking, sharing your story in the next 30 days or less. So go get that at useyourstory.com. So $10,000 an hour, little different kind of thing, huh? Is that even possible, you're thinking? And who actually does that? You have to be a celebrity, you have to be rich, you have to, no, none of that at all. I'm going to show you 3 very simple concepts that if you do these things, it will work for you. Now, this takes time, it takes effort. If you think you're going to do it overnight without setting any of these things in place, you're just wasting your time. Don't waste your time. But here's what you need to do. These are 3 steps, 3 ways to get there. First is, it's 3 P's, because I was in the military, acronyms. I know 3 P's, it's not an acronym, but it makes it easier to follow. The first P is problem. People pay money to solve problems. So think about this. With your story, what kind of problem or number of problems have you overcome? You dealt with things, you've overcome those problems, and you can now share your insight on how you did it and how others can do it too. What problem? Write it all down. Make a list of problems you've overcome in your life, and here's why you need to have overcome them. People trust you more and you have more credibility when you've actually done something. Now, if you read a bunch, if you read 500 books on something and you didn't do it, okay, you have some knowledge, but think about what problem you can solve. I just left the gym. I want more protein in my diet after working out, so I grabbed this. All right, Core Power, 42 grams chocolate protein. It was $5 here at the gas station. Why did they make $5 on me? Because I had a problem. I didn't have a protein shake, and I wanted one, so I exchanged $5 for the protein shake. So when I go and speak, here's an easy example. When I started out speaking, I'd done this over the years, I would speak for the military. Well, what problem did the military have? Lots of problems. But one problem that they had was increasing the level of resilience in their service members after coming home from war. Well, I came home from war. I had to overcome a bunch of things. Post-traumatic stress, a mild traumatic brain injury, being and staying married happily, everything that comes with having a family. And so they would hire me, they would pay me to come and speak. And I've been paid by the military from a couple of grand all the way up to, well, 15,000+ when I, going overseas, doing things for them. So this is just, it's a matter of finding your problem, finding out who has it, and then offering a solution. You see, nobody cares about your story. They care about how your story can help them solve a problem they know they have and they don't like it. So, problem. The second P is promote. Promote. This is marketing. Say, gosh, what do I do with that? Find groups of people who have the problem that you know how to help solve. Maybe you're not the #1 solution in the world, the end all. You don't have to be. If you can help get people 1 or 2 steps closer to the solution they want, you're valuable. They want your help and they're willing to pay for it. So present. All right. Actually, that's the third one. The second one is promote. I just worked out. Promote to them. And here's what you do. You don't say, hey, can I come speak for your company, your organization, your church? No. You approach like you're doing homework. You don't approach them to come speak. And that might sound counterintuitive. You approach them to say, hey, I'm just curious. Do your people ever struggle with this problem? And if you already know it is something they do, they're gonna go, oh my gosh, yeah, we have this problem all the time. I could go to the military and say, hey, do your service members struggle with a staggeringly high divorce rate? And they go, oh my gosh, it's terrible. It messes with our unit cohesion, our quality of soldiers, and everything. But what if I said to that, I just said something like, well, I'm a combat wounded veteran from the war in Afghanistan myself. I got married 3 months before I went to Afghanistan, injured by a suicide bomber 5 months in, and medically put out. And 18 years later, I'm still married happily to the same lady I married right before going to war. I would love to share with your people what I did and what we did that maybe can help them have better marriages and stay married as well and keep their families together. I am valuable now. I am really, really valuable because that's the outcome they want. So I could approach a bunch of military programs, units, chaplains, yellow ribbon programs, all these things that are programs for helping service members in different ways, and just talk to the people in charge. I'm just doing homework. I'm checking interest. Hey, do your people struggle with this? And you get to talking to them, they start going, yeah, why do you ask? This is a really big problem. Why do you ask? And you say, well, I actually have a presentation I give called whatever, where I help them overcome said problem and get said outcome. Suddenly they're like, you're on the radar, and they go, why have we never heard of you? And that leads to the third. The third P is present. Problem, promote, present. All right. You are sort of presenting your solution in that promotion process. But present, by that I mean give a presentation. Put a presentation together that helps solve that problem. If you want more help on how to do that, you can go to useyourstory.com and sign up for the freebie. I'll send you something next week where if you want to know how to put a speech together, I'll send you an email, and it has a link in there where you can learn how to do that the right way, so you don't give a speech that sucks, which is pretty much the most unforgivable sin, the cardinal sin of public speaking. So anyway, problem, promote, present. If you do these three things, and you go around and you talk to enough people who are in charge of organizations that have people who struggle with the problem you can help solve, they have budgets. Not everyone has budgets, but most of them do. They have speaking, training budgets. And they need to give that money to somebody, or else they don't get that same budget next quarter or next fiscal year or whatever. So if they're gonna give that money to somebody, it might as well be you if you have a solution that can help their people solve a problem, do better, be more productive, do better in some way that they want them to. So again, what's the problem you solve? Be specific. Promote to the right people who have that problem and they know they have it and they hate it. Then present your solution and help people. You can make $2,500, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000+ doing that. And it doesn't have to take a long time. It's just getting in there and doing it and not stopping. So again, if you want to learn how to share your story and make your first $500 speaking, if $10,000 seems way too crazy, that's not realistic for me. I don't believe that. Getting $500 under your belt is really going to build your belief when you see how easy it is. All right, you can basically do this on demand, especially if you live near a city, but you can do it anywhere. All right. So go to useyourstory.com right now and grab that free Share Your Story roadmap where I'll show you how to make a difference and your first $500 speaking. I look forward to getting this to you and hearing your feedback and watching you succeed with this.